In previous chapters, we discussed assigning resources to tasks. In this first task here, we have prepare RFP, 5 days, Michael Chadukowicz. If we click on it and come over to resources, we see that Michael Chadukowicz is spending 100% of his time, which costs $7,000. But in actuality, we only want to spend about 50% of the time on this task. And if I hit OK, it says cancel, avoid scheduling conflict. I'm going to say continue and allow scheduling conflict. Now if I come back in and look, you can see the fee has been reduced. The cost of the labor has been reduced. Now, I have also noticed that on some occasions when I do this, the number of days will change. And you simply have to go back into it and adjust the days back down. So to get your budget to balance, you may have to change your units and then go back and change your duration. Let's find another example. Again, you can see here, Peter, I actually have him spending 4 hours ordering computers. I have another 4 hours ordering network equipment. So you can put hours in less than days. The problem starts to show itself when resources are assigned to multiple days. Award contracts. In this instance, it was 8 days. Again, it's Michael. It was really about 2%. There really wasn't a lot of time spent here, so we'll do 2%. Okay, and now you can see it changed it to many days. So I have to come back in and change that back to 8 days. Now if I click, I have my 8 days, my 2%. It's reduced my cost to $224, which was about an hour's worth of work. Again, it's a little glitch with Microsoft Project. You could see in one instance it worked, and in another instance it didn't work. Give a quick demonstration on printing a schedule. When I print my schedules, what I like to do is show just the tasks. I'll just try to script that in there. So now I have my schedule visible. Maybe I'll make it a little fine-tune adjustment on this. Isn't that great? There we go. Now you can see I'm having a hard time getting the entire project in there. If I come over to print, I'm going to choose my Adobe printer, and you can see I have this set up to go on one page. If I go to my Adobe, page is 1-to-1, landscape, I see everything is on there. I hit print. Now printing to PDF. And here is my printed schedule. Again, this is just one method of printing in PDF. We have some options down here to put a date and a project title. The other option to print the title, to print the schedule, is simply to print your WBS. So I come here, print, and I will change my portrait. And you can see here I have just a schedule. I printed that on one page. Now I have a schedule in WBS format. Another excellent reporting tool is the resource usage. From File, View, I select Resource Usage. Now, I've already added a cost column here, similar to how I just did it previously, by selecting column and selecting cost. And I could come back and I could hide this column also. I can hide that column if I didn't want it there. I have some unassigned costs. This is a good way to check if there's any tasks that I did not assign costs to. And you can see here as I go down, I've accounted for Telecom Plus's cost. Now, keep in mind that my costs may not be the same as your costs, but the basic is the same. You can see here that I didn't have a moving company, so I would have to come here and I could change my cost to $20,000. And now that that's taken care of, I have the FF&E. Then I have everybody's individual hours. And again, this will automatically be calculated provided you did your project correctly. And once again, don't necessarily follow these tasks. They may not be the right tasks. And you can see each is totaled. Small costs, Delta Airlines. So I need to go in once again and enter the Boston. Now that I know when I'm flying, I could enter in the costs. So again, just another resource to manage your resources. You can see over in this pane, I can come in and it'll actually show the days and weeks that they move and account for overtime hours if it's in red. I'm going to take a few minutes today to discuss how to customize Microsoft Project to help you do reports. I'm working from the Task Sheet tools, and if I click on the last column, I could hit Insert Column, and a number of cost items, budget items, baseline items come up. If I press C, I could come down here and press Cost, and you can see it gives me a total for each task, totals the headings, and then adds all the totals up to give me a total project cost. I can now take this column and move it over to the end. Another customization I like to do is to make a WBS. So I insert a column, I press W, and go with WBS. And again, I will take this column and move it over to here. Of course, it doesn't have to be this big.